How do y'all feel about this? I can't lie. I don't think I like this. This sounds a bit strange. This one sounds a little over the top, but what do y'all think? Let me know.
So they coming up with a new prison that allows inmates to serve years of their sentence in just a matter of minutes. So the criminals is gonna have a choice to spend tens of years behind bars, or they can make the choice to get the artificial memory implanted into their brain. So this process is called Cognify, and the intent of it is to treat the criminal like a patient.
There's a new system out there. They're talking about the prison of the future, folks. It's a company called Cognify. Take a look at this video, right? Because you've never seen anything like this. It's a new concept that it rehabilitates artificial memories. But the thing is, I think your actual prison sentence is really short, but they kind of erase your brain. You down with that one?
They're gonna try to change the person's brain chemistry. After this process, when they re-enter society, they will be new and reformed, and they won't even be capable of committing any other crime. The chip can make the patient feel empathetic. Depending on the severity of the crime, the chip can also make you feel the emotional and physical pain of the victim and the family members. You can feel what they felt. So the process only takes about 7 minutes. But to the patient, it seemed like it had been years. Last year, the U.S. government spent $8.7 billion taxpayers' dollars on the prison. They say with this new prison, they can save money.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rechak, Wadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that are pushing his word with truth, sincerity, and charity, and risk your lives to do so. First and foremost, the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh, and many other false names. His only true name is Yahweh, which means he is or he exists. And Bahasham, meaning in the name, Ba'in Hada Sham name, which is the only way to get to the Heavenly Father, which is through his only begotten Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai, which means he saves or he delivers. And that salvation and deliverance only pertains to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are the biblical Hebrew Israelites, no matter what you believe. And you speckled birds that may look like the other nations, but your seed line, meaning who your father is, goes back to a so-called Negro, Hispanic, or Native American, which that would make you a biblical Hebrew Israelite by blood, according to Numbers 1 and verse 18, because you are whatever nation your father is. And the Rechak Kodash is the Holy Spirit, Rechah being spirit, Kodash holy, which is how we are able to do these lessons, go out on the highways and byways, and ultimately do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's all done through the Rechak Kodash, which is the Holy Spirit, which is the holy angels. And today I want to get into this quick lesson touching on this video, right, that you've seen play at the beginning of this lesson. All right, I'm the brother Shemaiah from the Great Millstone, Chicago. Okay, just throw that in there. But this is posted inside of our group me by the elder brother Shakaria. And I just seen this video, and what came to mind was this Black Mirror episode called White Christmas, right? Which they did the same exact thing in that episode. This is some some stuff snatched right out of what they say, sci-fi, snatched right out of Black Mirror, man. And this is an episode that came out, I want to say, about 2018, 2019. It was right before the CV thing came out, and I was watching that episode, and I said, hey, man, this is what this devil is going to do. This is what Esau Edom is going to do, man. And I believe that that episode was brought to me by the elder brother, we affectionately call him the Murph, but the elder brother Jeremiah, all right, he brought that out on that Black Mirror episode, man. And that's the only thing I could think of was that when this woman was breaking down what's going on with this C-hip, okay, Esau Edom coming out saying that they're gonna put a C-hip in your mind and make it where you can, do your whole sentence, your whole jail sentence within minutes. Okay, and what happened in that episode, The White Christmas, in Black Mirror, they were able to trap you inside of an egg with with the C-hip. All right, it was like which the egg was the prison, right? It was the mental prison, okay. But the person who put you in there, they can watch you through that egg. You would have to watch the episode to know exactly what I'm talking about, which I highly advise you to watch the episode so you would understand what this lesson is based off of. You know, it's you can look it up on YouTube. If you got Netflix, you can watch the whole episode. You know, whatever. You can watch people break down the episode, but, you know, get the understanding on, if you want a visual on that, you can watch that episode, or, listen to someone breaking it down to you, the full episode. But that's pretty much what it is. You know, they lock them, they put the person's mind inside of an egg, and they pretty much reformed them. Like, hey, if you, are you eventually, are you gonna break now? You know, like they're mentally torturing you, and then it will come back weeks and weeks and weeks later. Where are you gonna use a spatula now? You know, and then the person eventually like, yeah, fuck it. You know, I'm gonna use it. You know, I'll do anything you say. Just get me out of here. You know, but the person's body is laying inside of another room, or their body is somewhere else. But it seems like, it's been centuries done past, but really it's only 10 minutes. You know. So this is some shit right out of Black Mirror, man. This dude is doing all this to play God, right? He has a God complex. He wants to be like the Most High, controlling everything, controlling time, controlling the elements, okay? Controlling human nature, man, and everything that we do, he wants to control, okay? And that's what he's going to do through that MOTB, which is Bible prophecy, which is this is why we're seeing all these things happen. This is Bible prophecy. This is Revelation 13 and verse 16. It says, but hey, just to also throw this out here, they tell you that in the Talmud, all right, that they have to tell you things before they do it. So they that's why they put all this stuff in these movies. That's why they have The Purge. That's why they have these world-ending movies and so on and so forth, because they telling you of events to come before it happens. All right, it's a part of their belief, their satanic rituals, really. Okay, that's really what it is, man. It's their wicked rituals. They tell you of these things before they do it, so they can say, well, look, the blood is off our hands. We told you it was coming, and that's what the Jewish people do. All right, those are people who I'm speaking of. They are the only ones who believe in that Talmud and follow it, but they're supposed to be the people of God. If you were the people of God, you would believe in the Bible, not the Talmud. The Talmud has nothing to do with Yahweh Shema Shai, has nothing to do with the Bible, man. All right, the Jewish, the small headers, the 1948ers, all right, 1948ers, 49, yeah, 48ers. They are the real rulers of this world, man. They have the power over everything, and they have the power over the news, the media, the movies, everything they control, which is why they have things put out like that. But this is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, which that he is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. All right, furthermore, Amalek, all right, in a deeper sense. That's who it really is. These small headers, these Jewish, as I just said, they are the ones who are controlling everything and pulling the strings behind closed doors. It's them. So they're the ones who are getting this C-hip pushed out here and implemented in the world, man. Prisons, jobs, right, everyday social events, everything is going to be governed by that C-hip, if you have it or if you don't, And the apostle Gabar brings this out all the time about Aaron Russo, exposing the elites, saying what they really want to do in the long run, man, which is to C-hip the masses, C-hip the people. This is their end-all, be-all plan, man, to C-hip the people. And you can look up that interview with Aaron Russo as well. You can look up what he was saying, exposing the elites, and they killed him for it. Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, free and poor, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, okay? So it said free and bond. We see this right here, okay? We're talking about people locked up in jail, all right, people who are sentenced for their crimes. You can you can play out your sentence in your mind, or whatever, and the time just passes quickly. You can come right back to society with a reformed mindset, So this is that free and bond. It don't matter if you're free, it don't matter if you're in prison. You're all gonna have to take this MOTB, You're all gonna have this in your mind, and guess what? Esau gives you a choice. All right, this man, they try to, you got a lot of camps that try to put that fear out there, like the IUIC they were saying a couple years ago or a couple months ago. I can't remember. This time be moving so fast, but they said, what if Esau ties you down and puts the MOTB in you? He's not gonna do no shit like that. This man gets off on fear, all right, control, and ultimately breaking your will. That's what he gets off on, man. So like this woman was saying in this video, they're gonna give you the choice to say, well, do you want to do your full time, or do you want to put this MOTB in your mind and have your time go back quickly, And this is gonna be a choice. He's not gonna, you can either be exited out of society, it may just put you to death, whatever. But everyone is going to have to take this in order to be a part of this man's system. It's not something that's going to be, forced upon you, so to speak, where you're going to be tied down and they're going to inject this in you or something like that. No, you're going to have a choice to take this or not. And a showing of that is in 2 Maccabees, the 6th chapter, okay, with Eleazar, and also the 7th chapter with the 7 Maccabean brethren. Okay, are you going to eat this swine's flesh or get tortured? You're going to eat this swine's flesh or get tortured and watch your family get tortured. This man wants to break your will and get you to bow down to him and say that he's God, and I accept everything that you push and everything that you're about. He gets off on that, man. So it's not going to be something where he's just going to tie you down and put this in you. No, this is going to be your choice. So it says, and that no man, but he's going to do it through, breaking you down. Oh, and now, you can't eat if you don't have this. You can't shower if you don't have this. You can't have a home if you don't have this. So on and so forth. So people are going to eventually break down and just say, fuck it, we give up. We're gonna take it. We give up. Same way they did in ancient Egypt, in the scriptures, right, in history. Okay, they caused it where everyone ultimately had to just sell themselves. They had to sell themselves into slavery, man, so that they can eat, so they can be a part of this society. And Esau is going to do the same thing in these times. It says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, which it all goes into the cutting of your flesh, and then putting that MOTB into your body, man. So it don't matter who you are, whatever status you have, all right, you're going to have to take this in order to be a part of the society. This is Esau Edom's end all be all plan, which is why he's having things like this be implemented in the world. And she also said this.
I think your actual prison sentence is really short, but they kind of erase your brain. You down with that one?
They're going to try to change the person's brain chemistry. After this process, When they re-enter society, they will be new and reformed, and they won't even be capable of committing any other crime. The chip can make the patient feel empathetic. Depending on the severity of the crime,
See, right, Esau can brainwash your ass, man. You know, and this is also a part of this man's power, these miracles, you know. Okay, a totally brainwash you, totally controlling your mind, man, through this device. Okay, you can, you know, go into all the science of it, but this is a coming directly from the Lord, man. This is technology from Yahweh Shema Shai that the Lord put in this man's mind to create. He ain't just come up with this on his own. The Lord put this in his mind to create this, man. He gave him this technology because this is some advanced stuff, you know. But this is all gonna lead to Esau Edom's destruction because he's not going to be able to fulfill this, you know, this full measure of everything that he wants to do. In the midst of this, the Lord is gonna crack those clouds, come back in his chariot and destroy Esau Edom in his kingdom, and you know, which is this system, this infrastructure that he has set up. It's all gonna be cast down, man, in 1 hour.
chip can also make you feel the emotional and physical pain of the victim and the family members. You can feel what they.
If you know anything about comics, you know the Ghost Rider, the Pendant Stare. So this motherfucker can give you the Pendant Stare, you know. Where which the Ghost Rider, if you don't know, you know what the Pendant Stare is. It's where he looks into your eyes and he pretty much makes you feel all of the emotional and physical damage of the person, you know, people that you killed and did wrong in your life, and all the sins that you have done. They all come upon you, and you feel everything that you did to someone else. So this is what Esau wants to do to you, man. He wants to give you the Pendant Stare through the MOTB.
So the process only takes about 7 minutes. But to the patient, it seemed like it had been years.
Right, which is going back to the white Christmas episode. Okay? See, this is gonna take, you know, like you said, 7 minutes, however long it's gonna take in real time. But in your mind, your ass been in prison for 10 years, 30 years. You know, this is some demonic, wicked ass shit, man. But this is all pointed to Esau Edom just wanting to be like the Most High. He wants to have full control over man. This is Isaiah 14:13. But the Lord is not going to allow it. It says, For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh, which is the Israelites. It says, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the height of the clouds. So this man has done that, right? You got his satellites up into the heaven, up into heavens. He can look down, watch the people, see what's going on. You know, he has the scripture say that he's the prince of the air. You know, this man has power over flight, going to outer space. So he has that power, man. You know. But it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So he wants to be like the Lord, looking down on the people, watching everything, seeing what's going on, knowing your heart rate, knowing your mindset. Okay, knowing every state of your being. He wants to be like the Lord, man. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. So though he has his power, though the Lord has bestowed him with these things, he's going to be cast down. Because that's not the will of the Lord that he's going to stand. It's not the will of Yahweh Shema Shai that he's going to rule forever and rule the people in wickedness and rule the people in his own ideologies. No, the will of the Lord is going to stand, man. And he's only giving you this technology to destroy your ass. That's it. He gave you this ability just so the Lord can be justified and fucking you up in the worst way possible, man. which is through 1,000 years of slavery, and ultimately your ass getting wiped off the face of reality. You know, totally eradicated. No longer an Edomite ever walking the planet Earth. The wicked totally executed from the planet Earth. And that's pursuant to Obadiah, with a book of Obadiah, you know. Your whole nation is going to be eradicated, man, because you're the wicked. It's gonna be no need for wickedness, right, for the wicked in the kingdom. It's going to be no need for you, man, because the Israelites are going to be perfect. We're going to be totally in order. No longer going to need a whooping stick and, you know, someone to rule over us with rigor and punish us again, man. So there's going to be no need for Esau, Edom, no need for the wicked, no need for an enemy. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world a wilderness and destroyed cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? And how did he do that? Through nuclear missiles, through atomic bombs. Look at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Totally destroyed that land, man. You know? So the nation's going to look at you and say, damn, this is the man? When your ass is cast down, when you're in slavery. When you're shown to be nothing but a man. Okay? You're not a god. You're a man, man. Okay? You're a mortal man. And the Lord's going to show you that you're nothing but a mortal man through him coming back and destroying his kingdom via chariot fire and also ICBM nuclear missile fire. You can't even stop another man from destroying you. How much more the Most High? How much more his son? This is Psalms 9 and 19. Arise, O Yahweh, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Salah. And that starts with Esau, Edom. All right, all the nations of the world are going to know themselves to be but men, but it starts with the leader of these heathen, which is Esau, Edom. Because once he's cast down, everyone's going to know, hey, we can't do shit. All right, because this man can't do nothing, we can't do nothing. Because Esau has all the power, all the resources, he has it all. He has the fatness of the earth. But this is why he's coming with things like this, because he has a mindset to want to be like the Most High, which is only going to lead to his ruin. Ezekiel 28 and verse 1, because there is only one higher power, and that is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It's not a mortal man. It ain't Esau Edom. His pride has deceived him. Right? This man is fucking insane, man. This is Ezekiel 28 and 1. It says, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, which in modern times would be Esau Edom, the king of Babylon. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am Yahweh, or I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. And that's why this man thinks that he's a god, man. Because this power that the Lord has given him. He thinks that he's done all this on his own. Thinks that he has this wisdom, this understanding that he has to make planes fly, trains go to speed, they go, electricity, so on and so forth, man. Okay, nuclear bombs. So now he thinks going to outer space, going into to certain points in the sea, digging into the ground, learning all these species of the world, so on and so forth. Now he thinks that he's God, man. He thinks that he is the Most High. This is what's really in his mind. But what? It says, I'm skipping down to verse 6. It says, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast said in thine heart, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of Yahweh, says, therefore, Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against thee, against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. So the Lord is going to cause these nations to shoot nuclear missiles upon Babylon the Great and utterly destroy this kingdom. The Lord is going to put it on the minds of the kings of the nations to destroy this place, man. And show you that what? You are a mortal man. You can die. You can be destroyed. Your kingdom can be destroyed, man. You're not the only one with nuclear missiles. Okay? Hey, you're not the one that calls the shots at the end of the day. You go according to the will of the Lord. You do what Yahweh Shema Shai wants you to do. Which is why you are doing things like this. This is in the will of the Lord, man. To bring those into destruction that he wants to destroy. The hour of temptation. To see who's going to fold and be totally aligned with the beast system. To see what Israelites are of the elect and who is not. That's it. That's all. You're just playing the role that Yahweh Shema Shai wants you to play. You know, because a nigga in the prison system, he gonna say, yeah, fuck it, come on. Yeah, I can get up out of here faster. Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's do that. Yeah, run that. You know, but then you got a brother that's locked up in prison. He's gonna say, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do my full sentence and wait on the Lord. You know. And that's that brother's hour of temptation. Which, let me get this real quick. Let's see. Yep. I'm just scroll over. Revelation 2 and verse 10 says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. So the Lord's going to have some of us be cast into prison to try us, man. To see what we're going to do. Are you going to fold to this temptation? Are you going to fold to the MOTB just so your ass can, get up out of prison quicker? Or just so you can, live your life a little bit longer? You got to have the mindset of Eleazar. Things written aforetime are written for our learning. All right, that was recorded for a reason. So that we can have that similar mindset. Put that mindset on. Hey, he said, look, I can't escape the Lord. Let me get this. I don't want to butcher it. This is 2 Maccabees 6 and 26. It says, for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive or dead. Wherefore now manfully changing this life, I will show myself such an one as mine age required, and leave a notable example to such as be young to die willfully and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. That's a mindset that we got to have. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment. They that led him changing the good, will they bear him a little before into hatred, because the foresaid speeches proceeded as they thought from a desperate mind. All right. So he got put to death. He gave his life up so that he can be looked at as honorable and acceptable in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai. Because he knew, hey, I can't escape the Lord whether I be dead or alive. The Lord got your ass no matter what, man. He's the creator of this reality. He's the creator of all spirits. No one can escape him. Okay? That's like a hey, I'll use this analogy, like you playing a video game. You created this video game, right? No one can escape this game. These are NPCs. Okay? They don't just say, well, I want to come into the real world. They don't even know what the fuck the real world is. That doesn't even exist. You are in control of them. They do what you say. They follow your will. you know? And every time you turn on that video game, they're going to be there. They don't escape it. Same way with us. Every time we come into this reality, the Lord put us here. Every time we die, we go back to him. Everything goes back to Yahweh Shema Shai, man. We don't escape the Lord dead or alive. So best thing to do is to do as he said. Follow his authority, follow his rules, man. Not our own thing, not our own things, not our own mind. This is only going to lead to our hurt, our pain, our deletion. So Revelation 2:10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. So don't fear anything that you're going to suffer. Fear Yahweh Shema Shai. Don't fear what we're going to go through in this flesh. It's only temporal. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which is a time period, however long, the Lord is going to have us be tried. But we have to endure that period of time. All right, we have to endure that testing process. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So we have to be faithful in whatever situation we put in, man. Never folding to what is presented before us. Whether it be taking the MOTB, we can't fold in the midst of that, man. Just as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't fold in the midst of the fiery furnace. They told the king Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. We're not going to bow down to that statue. All right? We don't care about none of you talking about. We're not going to bow down to that, man. We don't care about anything Esau Edom is talking about. We're not going to take the MOTB. All right? We got to pray that we have that same mindset in these days to come. But as of right now, that's the mindset that we're going to have, the hopeful elect. And the elect, all right, they're not going to fold. They're not going to take the MOTB no matter what, man. Which we hoping to be those men, which is why we have the mindset that we have. Fuck this place and fuck what Esau Edom is going to bring and present to us, man. Don't care about what this man talking about. We ain't taking it. Yahweh Ratazah. But this is Ezekiel 28. And we ready to die right now, man. We don't care about this life. This shit is fucking hell, man. You think we go take the MOTB just to, further our sentence in hell? Look, man, we want to get out of here. We don't care about this life. Just say that. We don't care about this life, man. Ain't nothing good here. Ain't nothing pleasurable here for us. This shit is hell. It says Ezekiel 28 and verse 8. It says, they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayed thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man. Hey, man, what you gonna do when your land is getting hit with nuclear missiles? I'm a God. I control the world. No, hey, come to reality. Your ass is on fire. Your kingdom is tarnished, destroyed, man. It ain't gonna be no phoenix, all right, on the back of the dollar bill where you're gonna rise out of the ashes and rule again. No. Once this kingdom goes down, that is the end of Esau Edom's rulership. And all of you elites that have, fled and ran into your bunkers and hide from the destruction to come, right? Because we know your plan through the Spirit. You're going to be round up, and you're going to be the first round draft picks for slavery. You're going to be the first ones to go into slavery, man. Okay, under the elect. So, are you gonna say, damn, I'm a God when your ass is getting slain? You're getting destroyed. It make me think about when it's this character. If anybody watch Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, right? It's a character named Zamasu. And he was a god, right? He turned wicked, and he pretty much was trying to destroy humanity. And Trunks, at the end of the story, the end of that arc, Trunks was killing him with his sword, all right, which is spiritual. We got the sword. We killing Esau Edom with the sword, which is this spiritual sword. which Trunk's sword was called the Spirit Sword as well. All right, but you just got to look. You have to look into it, you know. But you know, we destroying this man with the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, Hebrews 4:12. But you know, he was destroying Zamasu with that sword, and Zamasu was like, do you dare strike a god? Like, nigga, your ass is getting destroyed, man. What the fuck you talking about? You're getting destroyed, man. You ain't no god. Your ass is getting your ass handed to you. And it's the same thing with Esau Edom. You ain't no god. Your ass is getting destroyed, man. If you was a god, stop this destruction. If you was a god, live forever. You can't lift your hands up to the heavens and say, I live forever, like Yahweh Shema Shai. You can't do that, man, because you're a mortal man. It says, but thou shalt be a man, and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Okay? True gods don't die, man. True gods don't taste defeat. Right? Yahweh Shema Shai doesn't lose. You know? But this man is going to lose. He's never going to rise up again, ever again. He's going to be cast down forever. You know? So all the plans that this man has is only going to last for so long. The triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So, hey, I pray this lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rechak, Wadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do it well. And salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that are pushing his word with truth, sincerity, and charity. Shalom, Kram Yashar Allah, Wa Abad Babal.